Let's get busy.
Doug Pinson, Angie in the house too.
Hello.
How are you all? Good. Good. You're here. You're busy, man. Gigs, 2 or 3 gigs a day.
Yeah.
You just did a video, right?
No.
No. You released a. That's
I released
okay.
a song.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to Nick over Goodwood about hopefully getting a video shot there next month. But I haven't been able to lock anything down yet with him. You know,
It's a nice look there. I like that.
I think that would be a great look. If I can't lock it down with him there, I'm gonna have to find a different spot. But I think that would be the perfect spot for Designated Drinker.
Same. You doing good?
Yeah, I mean, today today was off day, so we just chilled out today. But yeah, I've been kind of going a lot recently.
You officially, Designated Drinker's officially out now? Or is it pre? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's on CD Baby. So right now that's the only place you can hear it. You can hear a clip of it on there. You can download it on there, and there within a couple days or so, it should be on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes,
Apple,
Pandora,
Okay.
whatever. Just take CD Baby. You know, you can pay for whatever levels you want it, and I put it on anything except for unpaid downloads. Yeah, because you can actually put it on sites and just let people download it for free.
You can.
Kind of like LimeWire used to be. You can still.
Or
do that
actually,
today.
even, I tell people, if you put shit on YouTube, like you put the audio only with the display on YouTube. If you put it out at the same time you drop it on like iTunes or whatever, there's tools that you can grab the audio, the MP, and turn it into an MP3, and
Right.
you don't, So I try to tell people, don't put it on YouTube yet. Let it.
Well, I mean, I know the thing is, I mean, honestly, to recoup the amount of money that it take.
You need, I know.
I mean, I'd have to sell, and that's not counting the video too. I mean, I'd have to sell about $4,000 to just
Listens, yeah.
make a little bit of money off of it. So it is an investment, but I also want it to be a song. Just like I said, Drunk and Lonely. I think this one's going to be even more impactful, though.
Well, that's a song I've heard you play. And this has been my interpretation of, especially in this day and age with the digital downloads, everything that's streaming. A lot of musicians, unless you're fucking Beyonce or Taylor, or who am I thinking? Just Taylor Swift, whatever, that get millions of hits. They're the ones they're gonna recoup or get money off that digital download. A lot of the other people, you make it on the back end, because it's part of your gigs. It's how you bring more. You add that variety to your gig where you bring. As a fan of original music, I'm a fan of Doug Pinson. I mean, all your original shit. It's on my phone. I listen to it, and it's good stuff.
I appreciate it.
So
I'm hoping this next album is going to be, like I said, the Sad, Drunk, and Lonely. I think was a great honky tonk start, but I hope this whole album's going to have.
That's an anthem type of song to me.
Well, and that's what Designated Drinker. I think even more.
Even more, yes.
Yeah.
Is your niche, your thing. You're onto something. To me, when it comes to the local,
She tells me I'm on it all the time.
yeah, really.
And I'm like, no.
No, she
Stop.
she takes a turn too every now and then to get on it. No, right.
But she breaks out the toys,
The toys,
when we get
yeah.
home.
The toys.
The toys. So, EP. What are we talking about?
Full album.
Full album.
So
How many tracks we talking?
I want to do 10.
Okay.
So like I said, I've got the whole concept, Church of the Honky Tonk. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
So
Sure.
the album would be called The Church of the Honky Tonk. So the vision for
And
it.
you do stay true to the honky tonk. Just saying.
Yeah, I feel that's. So when I call it whiskey filled honky tonk, so country with attitude.
Sure,
So it has
right.
the ability to transcend into rock, or it doesn't just.
It can go into a few
honky tonk is the
directions.
core.
Right. Yeah. Right.
The core sound is going to remain country, but like Designated Drinker definitely could easily be translated into a hard rock song.
It could.
As Sad, Drunk, and Lonely originally, when I wrote that, I wanted it to have more of a John Cougar Mellencamp vibe, but we went for more of an early Hank Jr., which both approaches are great. So the album cover, if you can imagine, like this, I'm pointing the album cover at you. So, say Doug Pinson, Church of the Honky Tonk, somewhere on there. And I'm actually going to have it hand drawn. I've got a local artist. He draws. He's well known in these parts. But so it's a dusky bar. So you can imagine slightly smoky. So there's a door with a stained glass window. This is a bar, stained glass window in it, and it's shining light over onto a stage with an empty bar stool, and a mic stand. And then, you can see the whiskey racks, in the background in the bar. But instead of having pool tables and stuff in the bar, there's going to be pews. So the country singer is the pastor,
exactly.
The Church of the Honky Tonk, which is the bar.
Right.
So that's going to be the album.
Reverend Pinson.
Something like that. So yeah,
let me backtrack a little bit, because one thing I've got to you and I have become pretty good friends in the last year or so, and I'm a fan for starters, huge fan, but I like to think that we're friends.
Absolutely.
And we always have a good time when we're out, and especially when we go to Diamond and I get there after you're there and there's still some pizza left. Just saying. But if I'm there first, you can sponge off my shit. But one thing I've really dug about you, Doug, D-U-G, D-O-U-G, is that you've had this vision of you, where you want to go with your look, your sound, your plan to conquer the world. I mean, you've got a plan.
I do have a plan, and I've even got, like I said, I've got two people now. One who designs my website, makes the monthly updates, on the events, makes my flyers, you see I post them. Well, no, it's not just one, it's not just two. I mean, I've got a team of people that I work with, essentially. I mean, my producer, so he's bringing in world-class studio musicians to create the sound. The guy that does the masters, he's a world-class engineer of mastering music. I mean, the dude who produced my music, he's a Grammy Award winner. I mean, he's a very, very good musician. And, not just that we work together, but we're developing a friendship and developing an understanding. Like, I'll bring up ideas to him, and if it's a feasible idea, he brings it in. I mentioned one the other day, and he's like, well, this won't work because of this.
Right.
He's a real straight shooter, but and so I have somebody who works on my website, designing my flyers. I've got somebody that's starting to do social media push for me. Well, cough drops, if you want one. So I've got somebody that's starting to, seek out two different types of there's a lot of musicians do what I call synthetic likes. Mm-hmm. They will do mass push just to get likes. Not necessarily everybody is a fan, but they're just trying to draft up likes. A lot of them they're just. But so we're doing a twofold approach, whereas one side of the likes are going to be authentic likes, people who authentically like country music.
Right.
And then there is also, we're going to do a synthetic push, because unfortunately, with the music industry, numbers matter.
It does.
It does. But here's a cool thing too. So back in the day, I had an older Facebook page. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it had about 7,000 likes, I think. Mm. And so we're about ready to merge both pages. Mm-hmm. So
can you do that?
Yes.
I didn't know that. No.
Yes. So my page will overnight go up to about 8,000 to 10,000 likes once we get that done.
Your sound too. It is. I mean, you stand by the honky tonk fuel. The
whiskey fuel.
Whiskey fuel. Your voice, just you kill it with the music that you're putting out. Your voice does the music justice. It's such a strong voice.
Thank you.
I
did a show Monday. That was at one of the facilities. And they said, you sing loud. So I was like, well, what we can do is I can try to move back, right? And I did.
Like off the mic, back off.
No, there's no mic involved. I don't.
You don't use a mic? A
lot of facility shows I don't.
Really?
And
okay.
literally within 3 to 4 songs in, I'm looking, and there's a nun over there, and she's like, she was gone.
Even?
Yeah, I was backed up. I joked around. I said, next time I'm going in the kitchen and singing to y'all, But
so, like in this facility, how is the room small? I mean,
it's definitely. If you take from that wall to here, about 3 of this carpeted.
Really? So
Yeah.
was it that loud?
Well, not to me.
I know.
But the thing is, my theory on it is you have one person complaining, and then you got 12 people over here. Because residents, you're not going to have a huge, I mean, I get 12 or 13 tops out at that place, but they're all enjoying it. So if this one person's too loud for this one person, maybe
Then that person needs to leave.
maybe they can leave or go move back.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I mean, you want to try to appease as many people as you can in the business, but I had to make a decision. I'm like, look, because I started out low, and I'm like, but then I'm not putting my passion into it.
Right.
And I said, I'm gonna have to make a choice here that if I'm too loud and they say, hey, things have changed, because I'm out there once a month. But they're at the end of it, we joked around. She's like, you're still loud, but
You're still loud, but. And then let's go back to your look real quick.
Okay.
This is a calculated move on your part.
Very calculated.
The hair, the beard,
Yes.
the tats.
Yes. Yep. So, and it's not a disingenuine look either. I'm genuinely going for something that makes me happy as well as a person.
Of course.
And, I would like to, like we said, we got a gym membership, and this one to go to the gym together and, tone up. I don't want to become like I just want to get toned up,
Right.
know? But like a tattoo, I've wanted since I was 15 years old. The hair, it was definitely, this is all calculated out. And I've got good reason for why I do it. A big part of it is an identity. I used to use the cowboy hat. I don't know if you remember or seeing those pictures.
No.
See, that's good.
Yeah. I didn't.
Because I've still got people that, and they see me with the small beard. And I even had somebody yesterday, they said something about my beard. And then later on, they're like, I didn't offend you, did you? They said, it still looks nice. It just takes getting used to.
Right.
But for the new fans, that's all they know is the new look. The older fans, they definitely, and I didn't throw it all on them at one time. I gradually eased into it, so that way it gave the older fans time to adjust as much as possible.
Are you adjusting?
I like it. It looks good.
Yeah, I mean Jessie Dale from
She takes care of you.
Shotgun Serenade. Yeah, once every 2 months she does the highlight work, and then once a month she trims me up.
What's the timing on the record?
Okay, so it is a little bit of a long-term goal. So after this song is released and the video is shot, I've already got another one and that's done. All I have to do is pay Randy for his a producer named Randy Course. So I have to pay him for his mixing and editing. It'll immediately get sent to the guy that does the mastering, Randy Leroy, and then uploading it online. So it's all a dollar thing. After that, I do have some old expenses that I have to take care of, and then I'm going to start working with, hopefully I was talking to Commonwealth Credit Solutions about rebuilding my credit, and then being able to work with them on a loan basis to get the money to lay down the entire package. Because, when you're talking about 7 more songs, on average to get those recorded, paying Randy, paying the musicians, $2,200 to $2,300 per song.
What is this? Wow.
So to do an album, and then, like I said,
So you're
20 to 30 grand. 20 to 30 grand
Wow.
to do a full-blown
quality
Nashville production.
Yeah.
Yeah, with people that are laying, like literally some of these guys are laying tracks on Cole Swindell stuff or Tim
Yeah,
McGraw
wow.
stuff, And
Or do you work with anybody local, or do you just do you rely on that Nashville scene?
well, I'm not opposed to working locally at all.
No, I get that.
But the way that me and Randy developed a business relationship, I talked to a person I know who's a well-known fiddler, runner named Ben Probus. I was like, hey, man, I don't know where to go. I want to try to get some stuff recorded locally, because the first 2 albums were actually done in Oklahoma. I got really killer deals.
Really?
Yeah, the first album, the entire album cost me $1,000. 8 songs.
No shit.
It was a huge company called Tate Music Publishing, and so normally it's $2,000 per album. And it's great production for a cookie cutter thing.
That was your first album?
That was my first album, the Lonely Tears album. The Get Your Boots On album, $500 for the whole album. So, it sounds good, but a lot of that is like tracks and I'm working 100% everything, unless there's like if you're hearing Designated Drinker, you'll hear what's the cashier, the ring, the little cha-ching, sound effect. but almost there's nothing that's not authentically created on there. You know,
Including a belch.
the belch. Yeah, wait till you hear the belch. It was quality.
It's on the song.
It's on the song. Wait till you hear it. You're gonna laugh. But not just you're gonna laugh. I think you're gonna smile. And that's the thing is on the song. Like I play this a lot of places, and I have people requesting it now, and I have people that they're like, felt like I've heard this song before, and I'm like, that's on purpose. I literally, because I know enough about writing pop that I told that line. But it doesn't sound like identical to something, but it's going to sound have a familiar vibe. Plus the designated drinker, it's an earworm, it's going to hook in there in your ear, and it's a songwriting technique. A lot of the great songwriters like Nirvana was fantastic at that.
Man.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, like it's.
What's your songwriting? What's your influences? Your inspiration? Is there a writing? Are you basing it on maybe true events, shit that you've been there and done? And
some of them.
Okay.
Designated Drinker has definitely been some truth in there.
Yeah, I've heard the stories of old Doug Benson.
Well, and that's what we was talking about. Getting on the drink and being real about it.
But you are being real about it because, like tonight, can I just say you're going somewhere tonight? But my point is that you met that part of you head on. And
And I've met that demon, that dragon, whatever you want to call it, a few times. But I think each time maybe I've gotten a little bit, I don't know. I mean, like I don't feel scared or whatever, it's just something you have to do,
No, and I hope I don't make you comfortable asking that. But
no.
My thing is that as I've gotten to know you, as a friend, I've got your back.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. Me too.
You lean over, I'm gonna hold you up.
Will you grab me?
Is that all?
Will you fill me up?
I might
for old times' sake.
for old time. Yeah, but you're one of our. You're part of our. We do. I have to admit, we've got a little clique. We've got our little music clique that we love to hang out with each other. We're all, and people are playing right now. You're a big part of his thing. You all do gigs together.
He's literally wearing my shirt.
He's wearing your
not my shirt, but
but a Doug Benson shirt. And the music scene here is to me, and I've told people this, and I sing this song all the time. I don't need to fucking leave Louisville.
It's a great scene
to get my music fill. If I want, I'm not a country guy. But I like to listen to you. I like to listen to Revival. I like to listen to Shane Dawson. I like to listen to country artists in town. They're good.
Yes.
And then we've got other amazing, the Cummings, and you've got all these other original acts that Josh Logan, all these people that I don't need to leave this town.
Right.
Is there, better talent out there? Probably,
Louisville's a great city.
But I don't need to. I get my fill here.
Yeah.
I'll never need to leave here. And and the thing is, your gigs, Hager and McEwen are playing tonight. You probably might get up here and sing a song, but whatever. We're all kind of in this. Everybody's taking care of each other.
And I think a part of that too is a big thanks to people like Jared down at Diamonds. There's people that support Louisville, the ability for musicians.
And we have it. We have the support, but we also need more support.
Yeah.
And then you got the Nick Nowinski at
Yes.
Goodwood. I mean, we're just.
There are people that are supporting the music, and that's so.
And here,
And that's why I've been preaching to musicians too about not just singing at restaurants and bars, but also doing facilities. Because that's not only are you doing a service.
Let's keep talking about how did that all come about for you?
Okay, so
because here's the thing. That's not exactly how you sing at a facilities, but there's more to it. I think with you knowing you the way I know you, there's that connection you have with people who are just totally actually disengaged with almost society,
I actually am, connecting that, and I'll come into the facilities. We did a gig the other day in Bardstown, and this couple, they brought in, I guess it was his mom, I think, and she had dementia. Like into the bar, she's holding a plastic baby doll. So I literally curtailed into an older facility type show for 2 or 3, 4 songs. Even did a gospel song in the bar, just something to bring, make her smile.
Right.
You know, make her feel special in that moment. You know, because that moment, they live moment to moment.
Well, I'll tell you, doing a facilities thing, that arguably, I mean, am I wrong to say that's kind of pretty personal? I mean, you were really connecting with someone who is, you know, to them that's their highlight of the week or whatever.
I have
you
some
know,
of
in
them-
some ways.
Yeah,
You know,
some of them, it's literally
that's the energy that they'll.
that
you know,
show is of utmost value to them.
Perfect, Jeremy. Now I need a candle and someone playing the violin for me.
Little wine and cheese.
Exactly. Romantic. You feeling it, Benson?
We got,
I'm good right now. You need anything?
could I get a refill on some Sprite? Thank you, my brother.
In your Doug Benson.
In my Doug Pinson cup.
Good.
And I need to get
You
more.
are a walking billboard.
Well,
I know.
and I actually need to get. So I'll come back to the merchandise here in a minute.
Let's
the
go back to
facilities is very
yeah.
important. And I've been telling musicians. So for me, how facilities came to be. I used to work a full-time job, and then music was my second job. So I sold lighting. Thank you, brother. And my boss, long story short, he did not care for the fact that I did music. I mean, he didn't even want me talking about it at work. Literally had coworkers that were bashing him behind his back, and he wouldn't say anything to them, you know. And I was like probably the most gung ho on his team. I'm not an ass kisser, but I mean, like I'm on the team. You know what I mean? I'm here to try to help out. And so a lot of times because I was not being a dick to him, sometimes he was like more hateful to me than he would be to the ones. It's really kind of, it should be the other way around.
Should.
So anyway, the relationship I was in when her mom, what's up, my brother?
Is the podcast getting ready to get hijacked? Come on.
You coming in?
Exactly.
So when her mom passed away in the hospital, he literally fired me for being in the hospital with her. I texted him on Sunday. We thought she had pneumonia, I think it was. And so I texted him and I said, I won't be into work tomorrow. He said, okay. And then he texted me the next day. He goes, you could have called. And I'm like, I texted you. He goes, it's too late for explanations. So I texted with him the whole time. You on break? Or
Y'all just coming up here to hang.
No, hey.
So, long story short, he fired me, but I proved to unemployment, that I had 20 text messages at least. It was tons of text messages I sent because then we found out she had stage 4 cancer. She died in the hospital. I mean, it's a huge thing. And I knew he was going to do that, so they gave me maximum amount of unemployment for I think it's 6 months. So that doesn't last for forever. So we trying to figure out another way to supplement daytime income. And so, Noah, Noah, right? Mm-hmm. So Noah's mom, Margaret, we were together, and Margaret was like, well, some of these other musicians sing at facilities. Maybe we should consider doing that. So we discussed it. We went and pitched about 20 facilities, and I didn't think of a facility anything more than a bar gig at the time. It's just a way to maybe make some money. And we landed about 8 of those 20 gigs right off the spot. And believe it or not, I do have a success rate, obviously, with, doing restaurants and bars, but I have a much higher success rate at the facilities. For one, it's captive audience.
Right.
So you're literally performing to them in their home. Mm-hmm. But two, those songs, they really identify with the song selection I do for them. Plus I can do the old gospel stuff. So you are making some money, but you're touching somebody's life. I'll joke with them. I'll flirt with them. Just try to make them feel special, And it's
No, it's a good thing. It really is.
it really is. And typically over half my income comes from facilities.
Let's to be brutally honest.
Brutally honest.
You're playing to people who, in the big picture of life, they're rounding third and heading for home. That's probably
Yeah.
if you follow me.
Yeah,
In life,
absolutely. And some of them,
they're
yeah.
day to day. They're
Yes.
day to day.
I've literally
And you are giving them something for an hour or whatever it is, just to some type of different vibe or energy.
And a lot of the live videos that I do aren't just for anybody.
I've seen it, yeah.
Sometimes I have people that get on there and they're in the facilities. They can't get out. So for them, they get to watch the show and be a part of that show. while they're there.
Some of them watch every show. Like
Some of them, yeah.
I'm sure. Totally sure.
You know, and sometimes I would literally film at the facilities too to show people a little bit about what we're doing. And I'm a big fan of telling people, because it's not just Louisville. You've got Radcliffe, you've got Frankfurt, you've got Eaton.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to ask you geographic. What is your map? Where do you really try to?
With facilities, I try. So I base my pay off of an hour radius. So even going to Brandenburg, that's less than an hour for me. I have one gig I do once a month in Lexington, so I charge like $25 extra. You know, just to it's because it's gas and time. I mean, it's an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So that 1 hour gig becomes easily 4 hour. You know, hour and a half there, hour and a half back.
Right. Yeah. Just the whole. Yeah, I got it.
It's a little over 4 hours, that one gig. You know, so when you count, you break down the money that you make over 4 hours. You know.
I got you.
But yeah, I mean, with a facility gig, well, I mean, even with the bar gigs, but facility gigs, like if you're driving there, let's say it's on average 30 minutes drive time. Now, if it's an unplugged gig, you literally just walk your guitar in, so you don't have.
And how many of those do you have?
More than half of them.
Really?
Like if I,
And even the ones that you do unplugged, there's a few that still are doing this.
yes, actually, because hearing aids,
Oh, because they got
high frequencies.
Turn it down.
I understand, but you're dealing with somebody that doesn't want to do that.
Well, here's what you need to do. There's probably a universal remote that you can just.
I know,
And
it'd be so
everyone's
cool.
ear hearing aids. Like
So, like,
everybody's going.
Tomorrow I have an unplugged show. Thursday I'm doing a plug show. I'm just talking about facilities, not talking about bars.
You know, I have an idea. Do you want to do this?
What?
Grab Hager's guitar real quick and play a sample of Designated Drinker right now.
Well, my voice isn't up par for singing right now.
You bitch.
No, she can tell you, man. My voice, you can hear it a little bit, but it was, right now.
Kid. All right.
I'd love to.
Fine.
Friday, I have 2 unplugged shows. And I mean, when I say unplugged, like one room that I do it in is assisted living. Now, the advantage, flooring is always an issue with unplugged shows.
Do you ever get to do those outdoors, like in the little
Yes.
or whatever?
Every once in
and
a
those
while.
probably work out better because it's outdoor.
Well, so the cool thing is, like, unplugged. Like this would be a great room for unplugged. You know, there's no carpeting in here. Because, like, for instance, the gigs I'm doing at Friday in Franciscan, the second gig is going to be in a carpeted dining room.
Gotcha.
So it's soaking up more of my sound. You know, but I could probably do a plug show in there still, but it might be too loud for some people. You know, so it's.
There's no pleasing everybody.
You can't make everybody happy. So that's where you have to figure out what you're going to do.
Well, but are you making her happy?
She was pretty happy earlier.
So was he.
So is he.
Oh, man.
Does he still tell you I love you right before he does? I can't. Never mind. Don't answer that. All right. Oh,
At least she lubes it up, you know.
Jesus Christ. Look
Putting
at
him
you.
on the hot seat.
You know, put
Keep
him on
him
the-
there.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Go.
You're a happy
we have
man.
We have a good time. Well, you know, one thing so I was telling her, we was talking about, you know, compatibility. One thing I like about me and her is, like, for instance, one thing we both love is board games and card games. You know, we're not
Really?
high maintenance people. So there's a
board
literally-
game. What's your favorite board game?
that we've bought recently,
Or played or whatever?
Lotus.
I don't know what that is.
So and they
is that a
sell-
board game?
Arboretum.
It's a card game. Arboretum's not. So there's a place right across the street over here called Louisville Game Shop.
Right.
And we'll go over once or twice a month and find
And
games
just
that you
find a
don't
game,
find at
right,
Walmart.
and then get it and play.
And so Lotus is pretty cool. It's a card game you can play for.
So you all don't do. You're not like the Netflix and.
I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I mean, I watch YouTube, but I don't watch a whole lot of movies.
Yeah.
We're both really busy, so we don't watch
Fair,
TV at all.
fair.
Sometimes movies.
Yeah. So I mean, when we have downtime, I mean, games like that typically take between 30 minutes and an hour, and it's a great conversation piece. And the thing I love about board games and card games versus electronics is the medium that you're using. Like, for instance, if people are playing video games, they're relying on an electronic medium, you know, whereas card games, there's more connection, or board games, you know. I mean, I grew up on card games as a kid and board games too.
Speaking of video games, I'm gonna pull a curveball on you. You know, this past weekend we had some drama in a couple cities. And one of the things that was used as a reason for some of this was video games.
I saw one comment on that on Facebook.
Yeah. Yes. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Do I agree video games contributes to it? No.
No. And then here's my other thing too. You know, the video gaming thing, it's as huge as it's ever been.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of female. I've seen videos out there. There's a lot of female people, chicks, who do video games as well.
More and more.
There's no female mass shooters.
I want to
just
say,
saying.
I think it's the person.
Sure.
I mean, like, there's a lot of people that might play even something that's as violent as Grand Theft Auto, you know, where they're out here blowing, gangbanging, doing all that stuff, and then they hang out with their friends, go have dinner with their mom. It's just, it's like reading a book or watching, like if you watch Fight Club, you don't automatically get the idea to go out here and start punching people in the face, you know.
Clearly, these people, they've got some wires that are just disconnected or loose.
A person of a normal
If you're looking
disposition.
for an excuse to do something, you'll do it, or something.
A person with a normal disposition, I don't think, has it in their mind to go out there and just start shooting.
But I also can say that if you got some people that you look up to that kind of put an agenda out there that, all right, I'm getting a little too political. We'll skip that part.
Well,
But anyway.
I think, you know, even without the politics, yeah, I mean, what do you look up to? So, I mean, people can talk about their different role models. Some people have bad role models. Some people have good role models. Like some people, their role model might be Pablo Escobar. You know, they aspire to be a gangster or a drug dealer or, you know, a gangbanger or something. You know, when somebody
Quick
else
way to make all this money.
somebody else might have, you know, they're you know, we don't have to even mention religious figures, but their father, you know, they might have a father who's a police officer or a firefighter, or, you know, I mean, and so they have a good role model, you know, some of the thing to look up for. I mean, that's like we were even discussing, I don't think me and you discussed it earlier, but it's like I was looking at a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, he'd walk in and he's always crushing a beer can, and it's
Does
like,
that send the wrong message? That
well,
kind
how
of
many
thing?
children are
It actually
are impressioned?
It did because the truth is somebody like that. That's pop culture. That became part of the whole pop culture norm. You had millions of people watching Stone Cold every Monday night on Raw,
and not just that he's crushing beer in his mouth. What brand of beer is he crushing?
yeah,
You know,
it's a brand. It's you know this you
Yeah.
know and then you had the DX crotch and you had all that shit.
So, like, for me, role models for a guy like me, I mean, obviously I didn't have, my role models weren't people that encourage you to go out here committing shooting. My role models were musicians. AC/DC, you know, when I grew up, it was huge for me. Metallica, you know, and
I
as
have yet to hear anybody on this show say their role model was a podcaster.
what the hell?
Today might be your day, Kevin Hale.
Okay, I have a secret
My role
confession.
model is a podcaster, by the way.
I know, yeah, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Yes.
He's great.
Absolutely. Are you doing the DMT yet?
I'm
don't have to
getting
answer
there.
the question.
I'm actually. It's not that. I'm going to start. I'll say it. I'm Joe Rogan. It talks about the hallucinogens, DMT, all this. I am going to go there. I want to. I've never experienced it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start with mushrooms. And I hear that I will
heard
literally
people's-
gag because they're disgusting.
I've heard people say they're
all the way.
positive.
I want to, but I want it in a controlled environment where when I do it, I just want to feel it. I want to make sure I'm probably not on the third floor, which I live my apartment's on the third floor. That I don't think. They tell me I'm not going to think I'm going to fly, but that's a problem I'm going to have is that I'm going to be having some.
Maybe you don't need to be at the house.
Exactly. And then because some people said you want to just do it in a field, just go and there's a big open field and you
I don't
just,
know. I think you'd be seeing sticks and thinking they're snakes and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. And you know what? I'm going to invite friends to just hang out and whether they want to do it or just hang out.
I've watched videos of people that do, DMT and different mushrooms and different stuff, because I mean, obviously, you're curious, you want to figure out what's going on here, especially DMT being a natural, occurs in your brain,
Right. Well, actually, it all is natural. I mean, it's all this shit that, that's the thing with, following Joe Rogan. It's all these chemicals, all these things that, you got to have certain things that trigger all this, shit to happen. And I want to, there's parts of me that just want to experience some things that,
Yeah.
in a very controlled way, not behind the wheel or, not on my cell phone while in text while I'm in a state of being, that.
Well, DMT, I don't think there's going to be too much texting
Exactly.
going on.
No, probably not. All right, my man. I know you got some things to do. Let's recap. You got the song is on CD Baby right now.
Yes.
And it will drop on all the other platforms
Within
by
a few days. It's
about probably the weekend.
Yeah, they said iTunes, I think, takes 24 hours, and Spotify and those typically a couple days. I mean, I imagine within a week it should be on all, if not, most, if not all, of the different platforms where you can download or listen to the songs. But I do think that it's going to be a great second song, and then shortly after we'll get ready to release the third one.
You are, to me, when it comes to your sound and what you're trying to, what you're doing, to me is cool. I mean, I'm a fan. Our clique gigs.
Yeah.
We're you got gigs. We're there supporting you and getting up or singing with you and stuff. So
Yeah, we're all part of that music family.
we are. And it's a very diverse family as well.
That's what I was telling her, actually, with Goodwood. I mean, because before Kevin was here, but it seems like since he's went to Goodwood, and I don't think it's necessarily just because of Goodwood, but that it is an open mic, it has attracted more
It has.
variety of people out.
Are you going over there tonight?
Not tonight.
Yeah,
We're
I
going to go
think
to that
next
meeting
I'm gonna
tonight.
miss it tonight as well.
But normally I do try to make an effort to go there.
Same. I'm podcasting here, and then I'll bounce over there.
I know he's got Lauren with him tonight.
Lawrence tonight, right? So, anyways, always a pleasure chatting it up. Anything I can do to help push your product. If you need me, if Jesse's not available and you need someone to really try to tackle the hair.
Can you put some of that special sauce in my hair to make it stick up?
Yes, I can. I can read
I know you
directions.
could, Kevin
Yeah.
Hill.
Bukkake. Doug Pinson in the house. Doug, continued luck, success. You're cool with me, so I've got your back.
I appreciate it, my
Always.
brother.
All right.
Thank
Angie, you good?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
you. She's like the Silent Bob tonight.
I know.
I was less silent this time.
a
Can I-
little less silent.
A little less silent.
Yeah, she kinda-
You would never know that I talk for a living.
She's
You
had-
do actually do for a living. You
Intellectually.
actually, yeah, you do.
Yes.
I love an intellectual woman. I really
You know
do.
the cool thing now, though, for right now, her main job she's doing, because she does more than one job, her main job at the moment is from home,
Is it?
She works for Independence University,
Okay.
and she helps, it's called externship coordinator. So it's kind of cool. Like today, I chilled out, so we got to, kind of chit-chat a little bit while she's getting her work done, hang out for a minute. She
I
made
got
me
to work and love him.
She made me tomato soup with grilled cheese sandwich.
Those are the best.
Hey, and
Popsicles.
she gave me a new nickname.
Popsicle.
Check this out. So I'm not her drug dealer. I'm her hug dealer.
Hug dealer.
But you know what
Best
happens with
hugs out
hugs?
there.
It's
Yeah.
like same thing happens with back rubs.
Well, my thing is that when they say what happens, what happens when you're spooning. You know what that leads to, don't you?
We have no idea.
Forking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Doug Benson. Thanks, Angie.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to hang out with you guys.
Absolutely.
Same to you.
All right, and you can't sing tonight.
No, tonight I'm gonna take a break.
Take a break. Doug Benson, love him.